So, have you ever felt different than others? Maybe you liked different things or you did things in a different way. Does that make you weird? That, like, everyone else understands something else that you don't? But is it actually true? You're actually weird? Well, trust me, you probably aren't weird. You're just in the big category of people that like various of things that a lot of people find weird or just aren't familiar with them. Now, everyone has thoughts that, well, they don't talk out loud, but the difference is they talk about stuff others, well, I guess, find weird, and that's why they're called weird. But for example, anime and cartoon and retro stuff is something that most people find weird. But the thing is, having a fetish kind of like, I guess, you like feet or whatever else you might like, it's not something bad. It's, I guess, something different. And I'm not gonna say it's good to like feet, but it's not bad. It just, most people don't like feet and don't find them attractive. But the same goes for anime. A lot of people like anime, and a lot of others find it, well, childish to watch anime and whatever, because they're kind of like cartoons, just with the Japanese twist on them. No, actually, anime are, well, broadcast across all the world, pirated and not pirated, and a huge amount of the population actually watches anime and, well, loves anime. And the same goes for cosplayers, because you, well, want to look like a character you saw in an anime or something like that. It's not weird, it's just a lot of people find it weird because they don't express themselves that much. For example, I recently went to a Japanese festival, I think, in my country, and there were a lot of cosplayers, right? I saw Higuruma from Jujutsu Kaisen, Subaru from ReZero, and a lot of other characters that I recognize. But the guys that I went with, the people, friends kind of, found it really weird that, well, you cosplay and it's kind of like a little cringe and all that. And I'm not gonna say you shouldn't, I guess, say your opinion if that is cringe or not, but you shouldn't make assumptions on what, well, I guess they like or maybe even love, because I guess goth people, goth like girls or guys or that style in general is considered weird, and cosplayers, of course. I don't find them weird, but I know they're considered weird by a lot of people. I know people that are have the same style or cosplay, and they're actually like really cool people. So I really can't understand why someone, I guess, doesn't want to hang out because, oh my god, he cosplays, or oh my god, that's his style, I don't like it, and whatnot. It just doesn't make sense to make assumptions like that. And yeah, that's mostly what I want to say. Now, there are some quotes that, well, I like. For example, by Oscar Wilde, I think that's how you pronounce it, Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Yeah, that's a beautiful quote. Like, trust me, everyone else is already taken. Now, I guess that doesn't count if you have like an identical twin, because in theory, you are him and he's you. So I don't really know, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? You be yourself, because, well, what's better than being yourself? Now, something else, it's kind of like you can't like something that you think is weird. You can like something that others think is weird, but you can't like something that you find weird that is actually weird. Or I guess you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, um, most people, it's not only that they find stuff weird, it's kind of like their opinion is influenced by a lot, like, of other people, maybe their family or their friends. And that opinion that most people have is just like a mimicry of the opinion of, like, of the opinion that everybody around them has, which is like a whole cycle of opinions and opinions that doesn't end until, you find another weirdo. Which, of course, he isn't another weirdo, he's just, well, someone that can actually express his own opinion about things. And even if he likes anime, he would say that he likes anime. And, not that they're weird and I don't watch them, and he secretly watches them. Well, it's kind of like weirdos are just those that can express their opinion, and those that can't are the normal ones. Now, if we actually think about it, if like half of the population is weird and half is normal, then being weird is, well, theoretically as normal as being normal, and being normal is as weird as being weird. And the thing is, if most of the population is weird, then weird is normal and normal is weird. And let me tell you when I think most of the population is weird. I'm not gonna search statistics because, well, all of the population is weird. Whatever you are and whoever you are, you're weird, okay? Or what people consider weird is just, the normal people, the ones that, as I said, don't express their opinion. Well, they just try to be as normal as possible, kind of like NPCs, and there's nothing, I guess, wrong with that, with being normal. There is something wrong when you make assumptions and judge others for not being normal. That's like what I'm trying to say. Something I just remembered is from a documentary I watched, which said that according to all aerodynamic laws, the bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly. But despite that, the bumblebee flies anyway. And, that quote basically expresses what I'm trying to say. Bumblebees are not weird because they're not supposed to fly, they're just beings, I guess. And even though that was scientifically incorrect, it does kind of prove a point that even if a bumblebee can't fly or shouldn't fly, it flies. And with that, you should be yourself, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but yeah. This is the end of the video. Thanks for everyone that watched that in the end, and for everyone that liked the other 2 videos I made. Thanks for the comments, of course. Have a good day, a good afternoon, of course, and a good night. There is 3:41 a.m. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.